Hello, 7th graders. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are having a fabulous day. Today you are going to kind of start writing your stories. You're going to start developing some characters, start developing the setting, so on and so forth, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Planner reminders, keep researching as necessary, so the farther you get into writing your story, the more you're probably going to want to do some research and add to it to make sure it's realistic for the time period. Random tidbit, a coffee tree yields about 1 pound of coffee each year. So my question is, imagine how many trees Miss Willis alone requires each year. Yikes. Those are actual coffee beans on a coffee tree. If you've never seen that before, they are red. They turn brown when you roast them, and you roast them before you drink the coffee. So if you didn't know that, there you go. There's some coffee facts for you to start off your Wednesday. All right. Let's talk about what your goal is for today. So you should have started your kind of research journal, we'll call it that. I have my example here. I'm researching the 1920s. That's the time period or era that I chose. This is some research that I've done so far. So it's called the Roaring Twenties. Jazz was popular. Flappers were also known as new women. They wore short skirts. They bobbed their hair, meaning it was like kind of shorter. And they were kind of known as being unladylike. There were some really popular dances, like the Charleston, some of you might know that, the cakewalk, the black bottom, and the flea hop. It was the rise of the mafia in the 20s, and cars were often referred to as bedrooms on wheels, but the Model T Ford was the most popular car. And then I added some pictures of like what cars looked like and a Model T Ford. Okay? So that's some of the research I have so far on my time period or era. That was the work I did yesterday and Monday. Okay. Now today, I want to start putting my story together. So 3 things I want you to do today. You should have a decent amount of research, first of all. I want you to kind of come up with the main event of your story. So what is your story going to be about? Who are your characters going to be? You don't have to have every single character in there, but if you have 1 or 2 main characters, who are those main characters? What are they like? Are they kids? Are they adults? Do they have jobs? So on and so forth. And then the settings. Where is your story going to take place? So is it going to take place on a boat in the Bermuda Triangle? Is it going to take place at some big mansion? I don't know. Where is your story going to take place? Maybe it takes place in the middle of a jungle because you're writing about a war. I don't know. That's completely up to you, but make sure it makes sense for your time period or era, okay? So today you have your research, you're pulling from that research and starting to develop your main event, your characters, and your setting. Keep this all in the same doc. I would suggest starting a new page on your doc just to stay organized, but that's up to you, of course. But that is all I really want you to focus on today, is getting those 3 things nailed down so that next week, in the beginning of next week, you can really start writing your story, okay? That's all I have for you today. If you have questions, make sure you pop on office hours or just shoot me an email. I'm always available. I'm super excited to see what you guys come up with so far. I love seeing your Google Docs pour in as they're shared with me and seeing what cool things you guys have decided to research. So I'm excited to hear more about what you're learning and to read about your stories eventually when they're done. See you later. Have a great day.